Google Gemini just won a math Olympiad, Perplexity launched a new browser, OpenAI rolled out new autonomous agents, Microsoft released Copilot Spark, there's a new benchmark literally every 4 seconds. Okay, stop. Just stop for a second. Take a deep breath, exhale. Welcome to this explainer. I really want you to think of our time together today as a digital deep breath. If you've been feeling that chaotic, urgent flood of AI news rushing over you, making you feel like you have to master 100 new platforms before lunch, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we are curing AI overwhelm.
Are you already behind on AI? It's that anxiety that wakes so many of us up in the morning, isn't it? Let me validate something incredibly important right off the bat here. You are exactly where you need to be. You haven't missed a turn, and you definitely haven't lost the race. You know, the pressure you're feeling right now isn't actually coming from the technology itself. It's coming from the relentless noise surrounding it. So let's quiet that noise down and get to the truth.
Section 1. The AI Overwhelm Epidemic. Navigating the Noise. Because let's be real, we're living through an epidemic of endless launches that honestly just leave us frozen in place.
We call this feeling update suffocation. It's that exhausting experience of waking up, checking your timeline, and just drowning in a daily flood of new AI models and benchmark scores. Every single tech company out there claims to have the absolute best, most intelligent AI. And this constant bombardment causes a massive roadblock called decision fatigue. You look at the whole shebang and think, well, if a new tool's just going to make this one obsolete by tomorrow, why should I even bother learning it today?
And the direct result of all that fatigue? AI learning paralysis. We end up waiting for this magical perfect moment when we'll somehow completely understand all of AI, or we wait for our company to officially train us. But here is the hard truth. Consuming endless podcasts and tutorials without actually doing anything makes you fall further behind. The folks who are succeeding right now aren't the ones who know absolutely everything about AI. They're the ones who are simply experimenting with it today.
Section 2. From threat to opportunity, a mental reframe. To cure this paralysis, we need to completely shift our perspective.
I really want you to let go of that science fiction fear that a robot is coming to sit at your desk and steal your job. AI won't directly replace you. The real immediate risk is simply getting outcompeted by someone else in your field who is leveraging AI better than you are. Once you realize it's just a tool for competitive advantage, that fear really starts to dissipate.
And if we zoom out for a second, history actually gives us a profound sense of calm here. Massive technological shifts do not replace humanity. Think back to the 1990s. Everyone thought software automation was going to eliminate all jobs. It didn't. In the 2000s, people panicked that the web and e-commerce would destroy all physical businesses. They didn't. Now, in the 2020s, we have AI agents. The pattern holds up. Humanity isn't replaced. We just repurpose ourselves and learn to partner with the new systems.
Because of that, we need to view AI correctly. It is not your successor, it's your assistant. You should picture it as this incredibly helpful entity humming quietly in the background, handling the tedious grunt work, the drafting, the data sorting, the summarizing. This completely frees up your human brain power for the things machines absolutely cannot do: empathy, complex relationship building, and strategic vision.
Section 3. Pause, notice, and choose. Breaking reactivity. Having reframed the tech, let's shift inward.
I'm going to slow my delivery down here for a second because this is something we all really need to hear. Our overwhelm is almost always driven by a scarcity mindset. It's that quiet, nagging voice inside that says, I am not enough. I'm not learning fast enough. I'm not doing enough. I just don't have enough time. When the demands on us exceed our perceived resources, our nervous system becomes dysregulated. We slip into pure reactivity. So much of our frantic AI adoption is actually rooted in this fear. We grab at tools not because we strategically need them, but because we're terrified of being left in the dust.
So how do we break out of that reactive state? We use a super simple 3-step framework. Step 1 is pause. Literally use your breath as a bridge to regulate your nervous system. Step 2 is notice. Observe what you're feeling without judgment or blame. You know, name it to tame it. Step 3 is choose. Make a conscious decision that aligns with what actually matters for your work and your life right now. You don't have to be in crisis mode just because the tech world is moving fast.
Okay, Section 4. The Minimum Viable Toolkit. Mastering the Essentials. Let's bring that calm mindset into practical reality.
Because to be effective, you absolutely do not need to learn every shiny new platform that launches on a Tuesday. The biggest roadblock here is tool paralysis. That's the inability to act because there are dozens, sometimes hundreds, of tools for every single task. You can't possibly become proficient in all of them, even if they're all amazing. There is simply not enough time in the day. So the key is that we must be ruthlessly selective.
The ultimate antidote to tool paralysis is creating your minimum viable toolkit. The goal is to identify a single repetitive task in your day and pair it with exactly one reliable tool. Just one. If your repetitive task is writing, just master ChatGPT. If it's deep research, just use Perplexity. If it's cutting up long videos, use Clip. Ignore the rest of the noise. Master one tool for one purpose before you ever think about adding another one to the mix.
But look, even with a great toolkit, invisible barriers can totally stop us in our tracks. I call this death by prompts. This is the friction and burnout caused by typing out the exact same instructions to an AI dozens of times a day. If you have to type out a massive paragraph just to get an AI to format an email correctly, you're going to stop using it. Friction kills adoption, plain and simple.
So we have to eliminate that friction. Here's how. First, use text expanders like Alfred or Raycast. You literally just type a short code and your entire prompt instantly appears. It's a game changer. Second, embed prompts directly into your calendar blocks. If you have a weekly meeting to summarize data, paste the exact AI prompt you need right into the calendar invite so it's waiting for you. And third, keep a central database of your best prompts. Organize this information based on exactly where you use it, completely eliminating the guesswork.
Finally, Section 5. Building calm AI habits. Sustainable routines to keep you sane.
We want to implement these strategies into a gentle daily routine without burning out, right? We can do that using the impact loop. Step 1, learn. But listen to me, only consume 5 to 10 minutes of highly curated newsletters or updates daily. Do not doom scroll tech Twitter. Step 2, take action. Block out 30 minutes once a week to test just one single thing you learned. A small, consistent amount of casual learning and focused action totally beats forced, stressful immersion every single time.
Here are the final habits to anchor this all in. Apply the 80-20 rule. 80% of the value comes from 20% of the features, so stick to the core functions. Schedule just a 10-minute daily AI experiment. And here is a surprising secret. The absolute fastest way to master AI, once you've committed to a calm routine, is actually to teach it to someone else. So make it a habit to teach one AI tip to your team or a colleague on Fridays.
The entire philosophy of our time together today really boils down to this one idea. AI isn't about doing more, it's about doing less better. If you learn to use these tools with deep intention rather than frantic urgency, they become some of the most powerful assets you will ever have. Intention and depth create far more value than chaotic exploration.
Which leaves us with this final provocative thought. We've talked so much today about letting technology handle the grunt work, the tedious tasks, and the daily grind. But if you successfully build your toolkit, and if AI is truly handling the noise, what will you do with the quiet? Think about that for a second. You don't have to be crushed by the wave. You can choose to ride it. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you leave feeling grounded, empowered, and ready to choose your next step. Catch you next time.